You know, sending a professional invoice is one of the simplest ways to get paid faster and keep your business organized. So today in this video, I'm going to show you exactly the essential information that it should be included on every invoice and help you make it very simply and very easily so that you can get paid on time and accurately. Let's jump in. Now, we're just going to head over to the Google main page. I want to say first that there's a ton of accounting software options that are out there that do a lot of other things beyond just making invoices, but tracking your expenses and your income and all of that sort of thing. But what I'm going to focus on today is really how to just create the simplest, easiest invoice just to get you started and show you kind of the basics of it from there. So we're going to do that creating an invoice within Google Sheets. So from the Google page, all we have to do, as long as we're signed in, you click on the little dots grid there, and we want to go to Sheets. And then you see up here, you can start a blank spreadsheet, or you could go over to your template gallery. So we're going to click on that. And you can see a bunch of different templates in here. And what we're looking for is an invoice, which happens to be the first one that pops up here. So we're going to click on that. So with this template, it gives you all the crucial information that you need to include on your template, and it's already built for you. And the reason I like using Sheets is because it's actually going to do the math for you as well. So there's no errors there. So a couple of key elements that need to be included on every invoice. The first thing, which may seem a little bit obvious, is it must say invoice somewhere on the page so that people know this is an invoice, which is in essence a bill. I have to pay this, right? The other options is it could be a quote or a proposal or something like that. But in the case of an invoice, it needs to make sure that you say invoice nice and clear. And again, this template has it nice and bold right there. The next thing that you need to include is your company information. So you add your company, and I'll call this the Canode company, and you add your address and your city and your phone number. Once you add in some of this key information that's not going to change, you can always just copy it later and not have to update all of this information as you go. So you'll add your business information and that right up there at the top. Then you want to add the customer information. So down here, invoice 4, you add whether that's a person or a company. We'll call company, and again, the street address and all their information there. So again, if you are invoicing this customer regularly, you just leave that in there and copy it later. Now, before we get too far into this, I want to mention that, invoices is obviously just one piece of keeping your finances organized. But if you ever wish that you had a better system for tracking your money, your income, your expenses, your investments, all of it in one place, then we've got you covered. We put together a pack of 7 financial planning templates, and this includes items for your business budget, your personal budget, cash flow, stock portfolio tracker, and so much more. And we've done the hard work. We've built these templates out for you. All you have to do is fill it out. So if you want to get that for free, just click the link in the description and it's all yours. And so jumping back in here, some additional information that you want to make sure that you include in this is you can have a payable to name. So this would be like your name or whatever your bank account is listed in. So I'm just going to put Andy Canode here so that they know if they're writing a check or anything like that, it needs to be that name. And the next, you want to have an invoice number. You can start with, if this is your first invoice, I just say 001. And then your next one, 002, 003. This is more for your records so that you can attach a number to the payment that comes in, but it also helps your customers out as well, that they can write a memo that says, hey, you know what, I paid this invoice number at this date, and it just keeps everything organized. The next thing you want to make sure that you include is a due date so that your customer knows when you are expecting the payment from. And this could be a couple of different options. And you typically is something that you work out ahead of time so that they know what to expect from you. This could be due upon receipt of it. So this could be you did the work and you hand them the invoice and say you want paid right then. This could also be, hey, I'll give you 2 weeks to pay it or a month to pay it, whatever the case is. So we're just going to say this is in 2 weeks. So let's say that's 8/15/26. Okay. So that they know when that is. And then this invoice has a couple of different things. You could add a project if you want. If you don't want that, you could always just delete it. And then I always like to include a submitted date. So that would be basically today's date So we'll say 7, 28, 26, just so you have record of, I sent this on this date and that's when you received it. Now we get down into the main section here, which is listing out all of the items that you did. This could be products, this could be services, this could be time that you tracked, whatever the case is. So let's say our first item here is lawn mowing. We had one lawn and our unit price, and then our unit price per lawn mowing, let's say, is $100. Okay. And then you can see what Google Sheets does is it does the math for you. One lawn mowing, $100 equals a total price of $100. Now, let's say you also have here hedge trimming, and we did 3 of those, and each one of those is $55. You can see here, it does the math for you. 55 times 3, 165. Okay. And so you can add as many columns. If you need more, you can always just click on that and insert one above, and you can just keep adding as many line items as you need to. But it's important to have a description, the quantity, the unit price, and the total price. And again, you can see down here that the Google Sheets is doing the work for you. They're doing a total price. Now they have in here an adjustment. So let's say you have a discount or a coupon code or something that the customer used. If not, again, you can just delete that. And then you can see the subtotal, no adjustments, and that equals $265. All right. So your customer knows that's the total amount that they need to pay. And then they can look up through here and see exactly what that charge is and how that breaks down. And then down here in the notes section, I always like to include, a personalized little thank you note, and then also however you like to receive your payment. So I'll put in here, thank you for your prompt payment. And then the next line I'll put, I accept Cash App or Venmo or whatever the case is for you. Okay. And then I always like to take a quick look over everything here, make sure it looks good. All my information is correct. Their information is correct. This totals out. Everything's good. And once that's all set, and of course, you don't need to worry about saving it because Google Sheets takes care of that for you. And then I just want to go up here and in the invoice, and I want to add the number. So we'll go 001, and then you could add who it's for or whatever organizes your system the best. And then we're going to go down to File. We're going to go Download. I recommend downloading it as a PDF. That way it is one solid document. So click that. Make sure you select the portrait view. And there is a preview of what that looks like. And then you'll click Export. And then it's going to download your PDF wherever you have those files saved. And there you go. Now you can print it out and hand it to your customer or email it, however the best way to get that to them is. And now you have a document that has all the information that they need to know that they have to pay you and what they owe you and when it's due. This is not necessarily a legal binding document because nobody has signed this, but it is a good way of keeping track of your finances that way. So I hope you found this video helpful, and I will see you in the next one.